My name is James Griffin from Auto Shop Marketing Pros, and I think you guys have probably seen me before on some of my trainings or emails or lists or something like that. And so today I really wanted to share some things that I've been talking to a lot of people about getting more calls with Google Ads and how it actually works. I educate people a lot about this, but some people keep asking the same questions. So let me just share this screen real quick with you. Make sure I'm good. So we're going to be talking about how to get more customers using Google Ads. So this is all based on things that I have seen with experience, the and my business has seen, and the results that we have actually seen. So that's what I'm going to share with you today. And so what are you going to learn today? Now, we can't possibly go into the deep depths on Google Ads, but what I wanted to really show you are the quick keys for your auto shop growth and how Google Ads uh, helps auto shops. So basically what we want to do is use Google Ads to increase your car count. So that's what it is at the end of the day. Now, who is this training for? So we're obviously auto shop marketing pros. We want to help auto shops. But this specific training is actually for pretty much any auto shop. So auto repair shops, auto body and collision repair shops, detailers, paintless dent repair, including nail repair. So guys who are chasing hail around the country, custom shops, and then any business with a search demand. So I mentioned custom shops. That to me, a lot of guys ask, a lot of guys have certain they do upgrades. So I know body shops and auto repair can do this as well, but we're talking about shops or shops with services that do upgrades. So you're talking wheel upgrades, powder coating, anything that can be considered an upgrade could qualify in this realm. But then again, any business with a search demand. So if you're watching this and you have a business that is not auto repair, I'm going to show you how you can check and see if Google Ads would work for you as well. So before we get into it anymore, who am I? You probably have seen me on videos or maybe podcasts or something before, but real quick, my background is military. You can see the pictures there. I actually flew that helicopter there for about 12 years. Then management, leadership across the military, and so 21 years there. But as far as this goes, I started this company called JM Pro Consulting, and we had a lot of success with auto-related industries, including all the ones I just talked to you about. So our main focus is now auto shop, so auto shop marketing pros. So that's kind of the background. And now the 5 keys for auto shop growth. Now we could go through each one of these in quite a bit of depth, and I do have a full video with the write-up, the post, all that stuff on autoshopmarketingpros.com. It's also on our YouTube channel. So you can watch that, and it's going to explain all these things to you. But today we're really just going to talk about Google Ads. So I'm going to touch on this, but I'm not going to go through these others as well. But again, if you want to look at all that, and we'll probably have a longer video as we get closer to next year. So probably next month, maybe end of November, December. So, okay. So think about this. How do most auto shops get customers? And this actually applies to a lot of small businesses as well. So if you're watching this, you probably have thought about this and you're probably looking to get more customers, but how do you get more customers? This is a question I ask people a lot, and I've talked to hundreds of businesses. And the most common answer I get, you probably already know, is word of mouth and referrals. And initially, obviously, new businesses, small businesses don't have much money for marketing. And so you have to rely on word of mouth and referrals, which is all good. You want people to talk about your business and you want referrals to help grow your business. But you can't increase word of mouth or referrals. So because of that, it's not really a reliable growth strategy. And we're going to talk about that here. And along that same line is, why do most small businesses fail? Now, I haven't seen a lot of issues with auto repair side, but when you're talking like restaurants and other small businesses, this is a major issue. To me, the major reason why they fail is because people don't know about them. And you think about the hole in the wall restaurant or business or whatever, and people say, "Oh, I never knew about it." Well, it's because they didn't advertise. And that's the thing. It's not really the market, it's not really the inflation or economy. And our economy can go up and down, inflation, all that stuff. But if you guys have seen in the last 4 or 5 years, especially COVID, auto repair specific industries, services, uh, most of the time, the people that actually paid attention did not have really much of an issue because there's so much demand all the time. And I'm going to talk to you about that here in a second. But looking at some of the keys here, what do most auto shops have? So on the left side, you'll see most auto shops do have a website, Google Business, and I'm going to speak to this a little bit more. This is Google Maps and a Facebook page. Most of them do have this. If you don't have this, then you need to have that. And the good thing is Google Business and Facebook page are free. You can start it up and get going today. You do need verification for Google Business, but if you're in an actual place, it's not that hard to get. Website can cost a little bit of money, but still that's the basic piece for your online presence. In order to do Google Ads and these other things, you need the stuff on the left. So talking about Google Ads while we're here. So Google Ads is really how you can almost guarantee to get in front of customers and people who are searching for your service. So I can walk through this and show you what exactly I mean here. This is how to get new customers who are searching online for your auto shop. Now, you guys are probably familiar with this. If you pull up Google Maps, then you will see that when you search for auto repair, auto body, or even pizza, restaurants near me, this is what we're talking about Google search. But let me give you a quick example using Google Maps. So I have a little example here. What I have here is I've got the Google Maps and I've got just a Google search page here. Now I looked up auto repair in West Palm Beach. Now I'm not in West Palm Beach, but if anybody is there, this is actually going to help you right away. So you can look at this, you can pull up your phone, just type in your location. Try not to leave the call. But if you do this later or on your phone or on your computer, you can do this and see the exact results. And typically on the maps, you're gonna see these people here. You're gonna scroll down and see. If you notice, the most common thing here is the guys who are at the top have the most reviews, typically. Or they're the closest to your location with good reviews, website, all these things. So you notice a lot of reviews. Now, Google Ads helps you get above all these people. So even if you don't have hundreds of reviews, you can get up there with no reviews and be above all those people. So when people click auto repair in your area, auto body, whatever it is, ideally your ad will show up above these people. Now, I don't see it here, but I actually see it in this one in Google Ads. This is just Google search, auto repair in West Palm Beach. Here, I was actually able to pull up some ads. And the funny thing is that I'm not in West Palm Beach. I'm not even in Florida, but these guys popped up. That's one issue. So I should not be able to see their ad if I'm not by them because it doesn't do them any good. I can click their ad. It's going to cost them money. I'm not going to do that. But if you notice, the top people, when you're searching, people automatically believe what Google gives them. So the top results are right there. I'm gonna say, oh yeah, I need a body shop. That's right there. Boom, click it. Or engine repair. I need this one. You do notice that this guy has a little bit more items on there than this one. So he's set up his ad a little bit better. And so on. Then down here, you got the maps. And down here, you have people without ads. So by the time you've gotten down to the bottom here, you've already passed 1, 2, 3, 4 ads, as well as these maps. So as you can see, the ad is at the top, but people don't necessarily pay attention to that as much. So that is what I mean by searching in front of in for your service in that area. You can do this for whatever area you're in and just see the example, but that's the example. Now back to uh, the presentation here. So now to think about, should your auto shop use Google Ads? Well, there's a couple things to think about here. First, I can give you a generic answer, but I'd rather give you a specific example. And when you want to think about, should your shop use Google Ads, uh, the first thing you want to do is say, are people looking for your service? Now, if we go back to the West Palm Beach example, where is it at? If we go back to this example, we think, oh yeah, people are looking, but how do I know people are looking actually? Well, there's a way. So here, this data right here, I pulled this off of Google Keyword Planner. And Google Ads and allows you to see what the actual search volume is for whatever you want. Uh, why is that important? Because this can tell you, are you going to waste time and money or not? Well, West Palm Beach, this is just a city, and I don't know if you guys are familiar with that, but it's a pretty populous area. But West Palm Beach, just the city. So what we're talking about is, let's get the map here. So just, I think it's like this area right here. West Palm Beach area is much bigger, but just the city, every single month, there are 40,000 people searching for auto repair. This might include auto body, but if you just go down the list, you got mechanic near me, 1,000. AC repair, this might be a house type thing. It's not clear, but it could overlap. But mobile mechanic, auto repair, body shop. So all these things, and there's about, looks like there's hundreds of examples here. So we get down, we got auto interior repair, automobile mechanic. So all these little searches add up to 40,000 every single month. And if you think about, was it every month? Well, look at this. These searches are each individual month. So we've got like February, January, February. So all these months, it's consistent every single month, which means you can reliably count on people to search for your product or service every month. Uh, Now, this is West Palm Beach. Whatever area you're in, you need to check your service in that area. So whether you're in a town or city or whatever place people would come to, that's what you want to search and see. So you can find this out pretty quick. Then you go back and say, well, are people looking for your service? Well, if I'm in West Palm Beach, yeah, they are. 40,000 people are looking. Now let's look at this other piece here. I got this highlighted. This is the cost per click. So the way Google Ads works is when someone sees your ad, let's go back to the ad here. Actually, when someone sees, for instance, this ad, if I were to click on this guy's ad right there, that would cost this business anywhere from $2.50 to $14. It's probably about $2 to $5. It would cost them that much for a click. And then at the end of the month, Google charges you. So Google is you're paying for them to show your ad in front of people, but you don't get charged unless people click on it. It's not just showing it like Facebook. It's when people click on it, you get charged. But that's okay because after so many clicks, we expect to get a lead. And I'm going to explain that here in a second. But here, if I just take the average of all these, it's about $2.50. That's about what you should expect to pay for a click. Okay, so back to the presentation here. So are people looking? Yes, they are. And the example in West Palm Beach shows you exactly that people are looking and how much it would cost. Once again, you need to look at your specific area for what that means for you. Okay, now we can ask, what auto shops should use Google Ads? Well, auto repair, as you just saw for West Palm Beach, it's very good. But generally speaking, all of these should use Google Ads at some point. So that's auto repair, auto body collision shops, PDR, detailers, custom shops. And really, any other businesses with a search volume. And I just showed you how to do that on Google Keyword Planner. So you can quickly identify whether there's people searching for your service. If it's low, then you might want to look at a different place. Okay. Now I say that, but there is a bit of a caveat here. So if you are just starting out, or if you have an extremely limited budget, here are the kind of the cutoff points. And this is kind of just my opinion based on, history and experience. But uh, this red line, if you're below this and you have a limited budget for detailers and custom shops, I would probably start at Facebook ads because you can get leads quickly, uh, and potentially lower cost. So PDR as well is an example where you need to look at the area you're in because there may not be as much of a search volume. But ultimately, everyone on this list should be. If you're just starting out for auto repair, auto body, the thing is with each one of these, there's such a big volume, no matter where you're at in the country. So even if you're in a small town, Texas, or a small town, middle of nowhere, then chances are good that someone is looking for auto repair mechanic type stuff and auto body collision because people get in accidents all the time. That's why people always need their car repaired, always need their car repaired from an accident. PDR, same type of thing for dent repair. And detailers, here's the thing is detailers and custom shops, it's not so much that people need it, it's that people want to look good in their car. And here's where we know that if you understand about cars, which is why you guys are in this industry, people love their cars, people need their cars, and they want to look good in them. So that's why we can capitalize on these things at the bottom. So I hope that answered the question about should you use Google Ads or what shop should do it. And then how can Google Ads help your auto shop? Okay, going back to, let's look at this actual example, and I'm going to show you an example on my side. But really, we're trying to get customers who are searching online for your shop for that service. And what we want are either phone calls or leads. So there's lead form, it can be a lead form or a landing page. And if I look at, I'm not going to click on these guys' ad, but in here, now this guy does have a call button, which is kind of strange because I can't call from the computer. So usually you're only going to get this call us as on a mobile device. So it doesn't do me any good. In fact, they're probably wasting money. Doesn't do me any good to click this because I can't call from my computer. This should only be from your mobile device during your business hours. Ideally, if I click these guys out, it should go to a landing page, but most likely it's going to go to their website. So let's go back to here. I'm going to explain what I just said on that. Here's an example from some of our ads that have worked of what a Google ad looks like. So here's paintless dent repair, and you could kind of insert auto body repair, auto body shop, and here's like mechanic near me. So both of these have worked very, very well, but auto body is very good. And this is a type of ad where if you set this up correctly, I think I mentioned in that example where we searched, we didn't see all these links. So Google kind of changed up how things look all the time. So see how they have these links? We have these links here. It's the same type of thing as this one right here. Let's see. This guy doesn't have the links right there. This guy does. So automatically this guy gets more real estate. He gets a bigger piece than both of these because he simply created his ad a little bit better. And I think he could still do better on this. I can't tell. So example here, an example here. Here you'll notice the call button. I've got that blocked out because it's an actual client. But here, during normal business hours, you want people to click this and call you. Or if they don't want to call you, some people, it's weird, they don't want to, they're looking for the help, but they don't want to call. So either that or after business hours, you still want a lead, which when you click this, it should go to a landing page. Now, let me explain what that is. So when they click your ad, it should go to a landing page, not your website. And the reason is when you go to a website, there's so many links you can choose from. If you have a basic website, you might have anywhere from 5 to 12 options on one page. And the more options people have, the less they're likely to do anything. So what we want is them to come to a page like this. This is a landing page, and this type of setup has worked for us for years since we started. Now we've changed this form here in between here, but it's the only options we give people are to call us, and we'll have a phone number and a button here to call, or fill out the form, give us your name and my phone number, click next, give what kind of car you're making model do you have. And here's where we can actually get pictures, which a lot of you guys might be doing that already. Uh, but if you're doing that and you have a good form on your website, we just put it here in the landing page. So the only option we want to give people are call or fill out the form so we get your lead. So I know that we're going pretty fast, but I'm just trying to explain this at a high level. Uh, Not a website landing page that looks like your website. Capture this lead. At that point, this lead needs to go into your software. So it should go into your CRM or some kind of tracking software where you're tracking this and calling them back, or other actions. If you don't, if this is just filling out the form and nothing happens, then you're wasting money. Anyway, so this goes in there, and I assume the best case scenario is this is the next best step is to have an automated follow-up. And what we've seen work well is a combination of a text to the lead. So if this is Samuel, he's like, hey, call this number, and you can tell them whatever you want. Now, if you have an appointment system, it even works better to where you say, hey, click here if you did not get an appointment. People with appointment systems, what we'll do is if you had this here, click the, submit. The next page is, okay, set up your appointment time. I'm going to show you some results here in a second of how that has worked out. But anyway, email the lead, text the lead, text your team so they know to actually do something with it. Because even though you text and email them, you need to call these guys back as soon as possible. So the quicker you can get actual human contact, the better. Okay, the next piece is an email. Now, email, the percentages aren't that great anymore for email, but you still want to do it just because it's an easy record for them to search up and find you. So email your team if you want that, but email the lead. So tell them what to do next. It might be, hey, here's your appointment time, come in and so those are the follow-up pieces we recommend. There's some other things you can do as well, but at a minimum, you need to text them and email them back and then contact them as soon as possible. Okay, so now a question I get all the time is, well, how long does it take for Google Ads to work? Well, this question can't be answered directly. You don't know until you try it, until you set things up. So first off, assuming that all your Google setup is correct, you've got the location data correctly in there, you've got the keywords, landing page, all the stuff on the ad is working well, it can start working within the first month. But the real big key is that it takes time and data to really work. Now, when I say time and data, it's not that it needs a lot of time. It really just needs the data. The data is driven by clicks. So if we go back to this this thing here, it needs people clicking on your ad. So click, 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 right? If they click something else, if you're a repair shop, but you don't do tires, that doesn't help you. So if you have all these in there, it may not be good, right? Some auto shops do not do auto body repair and so on. So that's where you have to monitor and optimize it. And no matter how well you set it up initially, you have to go back and say, oh yeah, I don't want auto paint repair. If you're paintless dent repair, you might not do paint repair, right? So you have to monitor that and make sure it's properly working. And it takes time. So again, it can work with the first month, but assuming you're getting calls and quote requests, it's going to figure out, oh, that's what they want, and keep giving you that more and more and more. It's going to keep getting better. So really, after a month, 2 months, it's going to keep improving and getting better. So it does take longer, but it's the key to those high intent customers. When we talk high intent, what we're talking about are people who are searching in your area for mechanic and all this stuff. These guys are literally searching for it right now because they don't have a repair shop. They don't have a body shop or whatever it is. Even though you might think, oh, everybody has their own thing, it's word of mouth. It's not. Look at that. 40,000 people looking every month. So all those people do not have a preferred mechanic or preferred body shop. So anyway, long term, over time, this is really where you want to be at to capture those people. So that leads me into what is the cost? The cost, as you notice with that example I just gave you, they spent $608 a month. So their budget is $20 a day. Uh, Part of it is, yeah, based on your daily budget. So in Google, the good thing is you could spend $1 a day or you can spend $1 million a day, which is not ever likely. Uh, but it is the fact that you can choose what you want to spend. You really want to be higher than the average click. So the clicks are $3 to $5 per click, but we've seen that the 15 to 20, 20, 25, $30 range is really good for kind of a small shop. And you might not ever need to go above that. But the big point to understand is you need to budget about $600 a month with Google if you're going to do Google ads. If you're going to do less, it's kind of pointless. So can you see results with less? Possibly. Yes, you can. But this is $20 a day and it's steady. So there's that piece. And then once things are working is when you increase the budget as desired. You don't want to start off high when things aren't properly set up. So then the cost is okay, you can do it yourself or hire someone. So that's kind of like, you can answer all the phones or you can have a secretary. Same type of thing there. And I would say that, if you're spending the money here, you probably want to make sure that it's done correctly. Okay. The other thing to think about it is what is the cost? There's an opportunity cost and there's the actual cost. Really, it's you should look at it at ads as an investment, not necessarily just an expense. Because if you're doing it correctly, it will return something back to you. I don't know that we don't have a good number. What Google can be 5x, 10x return. You cannot ever guarantee that, but it can be. So the average, but here's what you think about. What's your average ticket cost, your average customer ticket cost? And I would say for auto shops, it could be $600 to $2,000 per ticket or much higher. That's where you want to be. You don't just want to do oil changes. You want to be in that range. For auto body, it could be 2,000 to 8,000, right? So it can be much higher, but this range is probably not a bad estimate to think about. And then how many cars or customers do you want per month? So, I mean, if you think about doing Google ads for $600 a month, then whatever it costs to pay someone or just do it yourself. If you get one customer, then it's probably worth it. But most likely, if you're getting 50 leads, even if you got 5 customers out of that more than pays for it. So you're not going to know until you try some of these things and get going. But these are the things to think about as you contemplate investing in marketing. But remember, when we get back to the basic thing is without marketing, without that, you're not going to grow. So you can't just grow on word of mouth and referrals. So again, advertising is investing into your business. And I think Google Ads is one of the main keys for auto repair shops. So auto shop growth process, we're nearing the end here. I know we're about over 30 minutes, but here is the kind of high level process for you guys to think about is advertising helps to get leads. So think about this as a funnel, and you guys probably hear funnels all the time, but a funnel, I don't have a picture of it, but you got a lot of things coming in up top, and ideally those are the leads. As you get down, leads are phone calls and quote requests. That's the same thing. Some leads turn into appointments. Okay. Not all of them do. Some do, some don't. And then appointments turn into customers. So in order to get leads, in order to get customers, you need appointments, quote requests, and leads. So you got to backtrack that up. And how do you get leads? Is the number one thing is how do you get leads? Increasing leads comes from advertising. Just keep that in mind. Okay, so how do you get started with Google Ads? If you kind of just looked at the process stuff I just told you, is some of these two could go in the other order, but one is do a local keyword search and see, hey, is anyone searching for my service? And if yours is one of the ones I have already mentioned, then most likely it is. But it's pretty easy to figure that out. The actual numbers, just like we figured the actual numbers for West Palm Beach, Google provides the data. It's super easy to find out. So you can see what the numbers are for your area. Then you know, oh wow, there's that many people. And how do I get in front of those people? Using Google Ads. But you also need a website and Google Business, Google Places, it's Google Maps, they changed the name. So you need those in order to effectively run Google Ads. You can do it. They're going to trick you and say, oh, just click run an ad, set up an ad. But it's not very helpful. So then you need to set up your campaign, including a landing page. Don't be tempted to just send it to your website. It can work, right? But it's going to be more effective for your money to send it to a landing page. You don't want to waste your money on ads if you don't have to. So make sure you have automated follow-ups. So when a lead comes in, you want to make sure there's automated text and email. We do actually have started using AI as an AI chat response, and I'll be doing a video on that later. There's actually AI voice responses too. And all those are good. The ultimate thing is a person on the phone or in person. So then make sure you're tracking all this stuff. So that's a lot of stuff right there for Google Ads. We do have a tool on our website that you can actually put in your business name, assuming it actually is listed anywhere. I think it's got to be listed on Google Business. So you can use the tool on our website to see how your business looks. You can run it. It's totally free. Just go to autoshopmarketingpros.com. There's a free tool there. I'll give you a free report and it's like a minute. Do that. So besides that, the next steps for you guys would be really, you can try this on your own and implement these strategies. And, it takes time and opportunity cost to learn that stuff yourself. No, you can learn anything you want. I mean, people can learn auto repair. People can learn how to fix cars, but we know I'd rather have someone who knows how to fix my car than me try to figure it out. So the other piece is you can get our help to grow faster. We can get you set up and running pretty fast if it's the right fit for us and you. So we have packages tailored to help you guys out if you want to talk about that. And if that's the case, you can schedule a call with us. Just go to the same website, autoshopmarketingpros.com /schedule, and just put your information. It's free. You can request a time to call, request a time to talk to us, and really we need to know those other things. If you have a website, you have those things set up first before running ads. We're going to let you know, hey, if this is worth it or not. So, and then we'll provide options for you. So that is the fast. That was 30 minutes, a little bit over 30 minutes, where I really showed you guys how Google Ads can help you get more customers. So I hope that helped you guys. And with that, that is the end of the call. That is the end of this training. So I hope to see you guys out there. I'll probably send a follow-up text and email to everybody and send you this link. This will be on YouTube, probably, and Facebook later on. You can review it. And once again, we had that longer training on the website and YouTube for you to look at. So you can really go through this and see all the stuff I'm talking about in more detail. So hope that helps you guys. Take care and God bless. Bye-bye.